The Huawei P50 Pocket, Huawei's folding flagship set to compete in the folding phone space against the Galaxy Z Flip 3. So here's everything you need to know about the Huawei P50 Pocket. Firstly, the unboxing experience. It's pretty standard. You get a regular box with the 40-watt fast charger included, but they also give you a clear case which is split into two parts included with this for free, which is pretty great to protect your phone right away. What I found interesting is that it's supposed to be almost exactly the same as the Galaxy Z Flip 3 in terms of look and feel, but it costs quite a bit more, starting at 5,999 ringgit, which is quite a bit. So let's find out what really makes this so much more expensive. The variant I have here with me now is the 8GB RAM, 256GB storage, white color. Let's begin with the build quality and the design. The phone feels great in hand, very similar to the feel of the Z Flip 3. It does, however, feel a lot more premium than the Z Flip 3, if I'm being honest. Unlike the Galaxy Z Flip 3 as well, there's no gap when it's folded shut. It lies flush. Another thing I liked was the position of the volume rocker. It's lower than the Z Flip 3, making it easier to reach with single-handed use. We recently did a full review on the Huawei P50 Pro, if you guys saw that, which when unfolded, the Pocket looks very similar to the Pro, just slightly taller. We do get the main camera module at the back that protrudes out a little bit and an external display with that circular design following back the P50 Pro. Speaking of display, let's talk about it. Huawei did not disappoint when it comes to maxing out the specs on the display on here. We get a very tall 21:9 aspect ratio on a 6.9-inch OLED 2K display with 120Hz of refresh rate. This has a pixel density of 442 ppi and supports up to 300Hz of touch sampling. It also comes with a P3 wide range color gamut and offers 1 billion colors for authentic tones and picture quality. Since this is a 21:9 aspect ratio, it is quite tall, and content that's made for 21:9, like cinema content, will look great. But YouTube videos like the ones you're watching right now, you'll get those pretty terrible black bars on left and right. Something I found pretty strange is that there's a black bar near the camera cutout when you're viewing content on here. I'm not really sure what that is about, but I don't really like that. Overall though, I'm pretty pleased with the display we got on this. This is quite possibly the best they could have given us on a foldable device. Definitely one of my favorite things about it. Okay, but what about the crease? It's there. I mean, there's no avoiding it. It's pretty obvious, especially with darker backdrops. You'll see it every now and then, and you'll also feel it when you're scrolling up and down. But really, can you even complain about that? You're buying a foldable phone. This should be expected by now. Main reason people purchase a foldable phone now is more of that fashion statement or the fact that it folds into something little. So a crease shouldn't really deter from that. While we're on the topic of displays, let's talk about the external smart cover display. This is a lot more useful than you'd think. I thought it being circular would make the usability a little bit more difficult, but that wasn't really the case. You can check your notifications, have various widgets on there, which you can customize a little bit, and a fair bit of options within the settings menu as well. I found it really useful, especially with the camera feature where you can take pictures or videos. And most of the videos that I recorded of myself were taken using the external smart cover display. You get really high quality photos with the back camera, even if you're taking selfies, because of the foldability, which is obviously one of the biggest takeaways with a foldable phone. Speaking of which, let's talk about the cameras. The back of the phone has the camera module, which is rocking a triple camera setup. The main sensor on here is a 40 megapixel f1.8, followed by a 13 megapixel f2.2 ultra wide. And finally, we have a 32 megapixel f1.8 ultra spectrum camera. Now, people may be wondering what the ultra spectrum camera really is. Essentially, this enhances the clarity and visibility of the light to bring out the most natural details and vivid colors when you're taking pictures. This is essentially the whole tone throughout the image taking experience on here. From the images that you're looking at right now, most of these, I would say all of them, are true to life and exactly how you'd see it in person. And the details and the quality and the processing on this phone is exactly what you'd expect from a Huawei phone. Really nice, very pleasing with awesome colors and details. I was very happy with the camera, rated very highly. Even the low light shots on this just look absolutely incredible. For video, this goes up to 4K at 60 FPS. In this case, I'm recording 4K 30 with both the front and back camera, and clearly the back camera looks absolutely awesome. The stabilization is really great as well. I think this is EIS, but it looks very good. Colors are very nice. Tones are very realistic as well. Really great device to record your video content on. Now let's talk performance. The Huawei P50 Pocket comes with the Snapdragon 888 4G processor, and as mentioned earlier, 8 gigs of RAM, and 256 GB of storage. For the gaming, this felt really good, as expected pretty much. The wider aspect ratio made this way more immersive and gave me a better field of view when I was playing a game like Call of Duty. Of course, thanks to the processor, I was playing at max graphics, max frame rate without any issues at all. Coupling that with the high refresh rate of 120Hz and the 300Hz touch sampling rate, this was a really great gaming experience, and that makes this a really good gaming-ready phone. That and also multitasking on this, you don't really need to worry at all. It feels very snappy and smooth and pretty much can run whatever you throw at it. I know we're gonna get people commenting, oh, but there's still no Google services. Yeah, we get it, guys. We've moved past that. I think we've reached a point where it's sustainable without even that, and I've made a whole video explaining that, so check that out if you're interested. But anyway, how does all of that affect the battery life? Well, the battery on this is a 4000 mAh battery that supports 40 watts in fast charging. Now, the battery isn't overwhelmingly big. We obviously know that even with a folding phone, but it can last about a day. It does charge up fairly quickly and gives you a little over 50% in about 20 to 30 minutes of charging. Not really the best battery life, I would say. Something I found very similar across with the Samsung Z Flip 3. The battery life on these folding phones, not really the best. Alright, finally, who is it really for? Of course, this isn't a cheap phone. Let's get that out of the way. This is really directed towards those looking to dabble into the folding phone market for the aesthetic or the convenience or even the fashion statement of it, I guess. I don't really know. But the performance is comparable to other flagships on the market, which is something that you should be taking away from this video. It can perform just like any other flagship, which is what you're looking for. The one advantage I would give this over the Samsung Z Flip 3 is that the camera on this absolutely destroys the Samsung camera. It's way better. So that's your takeaway. Anyway, that was about it for our video. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you again in the next video.